In spite of the fascination with sex by the Western public and encouraged by the Western media, there are still many aspects of our sexuality in which we are misinformed, largely because of our still somewhat puritanical views on sex in many aspects. A recent book looks to dispel some of these sex myths, and it is called Sex by Numbers: What Statistics Can Tell Us About Sexual Behavior. In a world where we are fascinated by the mythology behind sexuality, this book attempts to dispel or validate those myths using real scientific data about sexuality. The author of the book is Cambridge professor Dr. David Spiegelhalter. The commonly held wisdom regarding penis size is that the average length of the male penis is around 6 inches. This myth is among the easiest to clarify because there has been an abundance of research in recent years regarding penis size all across the world. One group of researchers performed a survey of 20 different studies specifically related to penis size, measuring over 15,000 men across the globe. One of the issues which made previous studies so inaccurate was that they largely revolved around self-report, and were thus not truly scientific studies. Men, even to an anonymous surveyor, are likely to fib or exaggerate their penis size, and many measure their penises in different ways, likely whichever way provides them the best result. In all of these 20 studies, the length of the penis was calculated by a medical professional in order to both standardize the methodology and provide a disinterested observer in order to get honest answers. What researchers found was that men on average are about 5.2 inches long when hard, and that the average girth was 4.6 inches. The majority of men were in the 4.2 to 6.2 inch range. In order to measure your penis in a scientifically valid manner, it is important to use measuring tape which follows the contour of the penis, rather than a firm ruler. The penis should be measured when hard along the top. The penis is considered to protrude from the pubic bone, so push the base of the tape down so that it presses firmly against the pubic bone, and lead the ruler to the tip. Another aspect of human sexuality which is misunderstood is how long does healthy sex last on average? Older studies suggested that a couple reaches ejaculation after an average of 2 to 3 minutes. Further investigation has discovered that these early studies were highly flawed, and that sex generally lasts around 9 minutes. One of the largest studies was conducted in Europe, where 1,100 sets of partners were monitored for 2 months. They tried to have sex at least twice a week and were provided a stopwatch to keep track of the length of their sessions. The timer began upon penetration and was stopped after the male ejaculated. Another recent study evaluated male sexual ability based upon the frequency with which they exercised. This research was published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine. What they discovered shouldn't be all that surprising. Men that exercised a minimum of 18 hours per week on average had the highest levels of sexual function, while those that exercised in the least had far greater issues with sexual performance. There is a long-standing myth that has proliferated in the internet age that men that spend too much time looking at porn are more likely to experience symptoms of erectile dysfunction. It's believed that they spend so much energy watching porn that they don't have anything left for their partner. All signs indicate that there is no truth to this myth, and recent surveys corroborate. For the most part, there is no strong correlation between erectile dysfunction and porn viewing habits. There is a bit of evidence that suggests that those that have issues with sexual performance are more likely to watch porn to fulfill their sexual desire. But this is associated with the social stigma of erectile dysfunction. Having a long penis has long been associated with sexual prowess, but sex isn't all about length. In fact, when surveying the stance of 25 prominent sex therapists, none of the experts considered size to be a top consideration with regard to potential pleasure derived from good sex. A long-standing misconception is the size of a man's feet or hands is associated with the size of his penis. No studies have contributed credence to these beliefs, and there is no connection between the size of a man's penis and the size of his feet or hands when controlled for height. On the other hand, height does play a strong role in penis length. Men that are taller are more likely to have lengthier penises. As opposed to the 3 previous questions, it appears that this myth is true. Male pattern baldness is associated with elevated levels of testosterone in men. Hair loss is also well known as a symptom of testosterone abuse. Men with high levels of testosterone also have high levels of DHT, or dihydrotestosterone. DHT is a derivative of testosterone and contributes to the risk of baldness. Because DHT is associated with testosterone, men that are bald or balding are more likely to have a stronger sex drive. If you found this video informative, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel. To learn more about health and wellness regarding testosterone replacement therapy, please click the link below in the description.